Hey folks, Quill18 here, and welcome to another EU4 Cossacks video. Got a request from Crickler over at the Paradox forums on reddit.com that requested, hey, maybe I should make a video showing a couple of different permutations of the Randomized New World. That's a pretty damn good idea. So, if I hit that here, Random New World will give true exploration. Starting, this will randomize all land in North and South America. Placing tiles, generating more sea provinces, filling in holes, smoothing passes, saving new random world, or random new world. Now, what will it show to us here in this screen? Will we still be able to, will it spoil it for us? Will we be able to select a nation? How's it going to demonstrate it? Okay, so it's not going to show us the random new world. So the question is, if we want to play in a random new world, but we want to play as one of the First Nations, how do we do it? Do we have to pick it first? It might be. There is an option somewhere. Terra Incognita in the lobby. Yeah, especially useful if you don't want to spoil how the random new world looks. So if I turn that off, we can see the new random world. Whoa, that is a very different thing. I think you can pick your nation first on the main map and then randomize it up. Oh, we can't re-randomize it. It's already selected. That is interesting. I mean, it definitely looks like it's one landmass that has been split apart by sort of continental drift and tectonic plate movement. Interesting that there's not really a South America this time around. It's all clustered up in the north. However, there is a nice sweet little island chain here. This actually would be very fun and very satisfying to go and colonize all these bits and pieces. Actually, I think this would be an exquisitely fun map to play. Not much in the way of combat here. It's almost like an extension of what you see in this area here. And then 3 smaller land masses to duke it out over with good province placement all over. The Native Americans are all clumped up over here. So this is completely desolate. Literally 100% empty. As is this one over here. Except, I suppose there'd still be, obviously, tribal people. But no organized First Nations whatsoever. Some small individual ones. See, these are all singletons. Each one of these are one province minor natives. Whereas these guys are all multi-province natives, which is nice for game balance. I'm sure that was quite intentional. So if I go back at this point, I suspect we'll get, This is something I don't think was in there before, but as of 1.14, when you do go back to the main menu, it actually sort of restarts the game. That ensures that everything is clean in memory. You don't have any weird leftovers, which has often been an issue in the past, right? It was possible to sort of start a game and then start a new game, and some of the things from the first one might have still been in there, and it allowed for a couple of abuses here and there in Iron Man as well. But I think that clears it up. Obviously, it'd be nice, to program things where it cleaned everything up, but you can't always be sure of that, and that future-proofs it. So let's say I went and clicked on the creek, for example, and then randomized new world. Let me go and put the fog of war back on over here, and now randomized new world. I still have the creek selected, so I suspect this is a way you can play as the creek in a randomized new world while simultaneously not having any information about things, having all the fog of war, so you don't get spoiled ahead of time. Let's see how that works out. Does, I believe, take longer to generate the new world than it used to now, but I think it's because they make more of those interesting passes and they try to just have more algorithms to generate more interesting land masses. Okay, so yeah, we could... Oh, creek does not exist at this time. All right. Is that actually true? Whoa! All right, again, sort of a northern bias over here. Lots of little islands to the south. A giant, completely empty landmass over here with a massive mountain range in the middle. The Cloud Mountains, Crystal Lake. I thought that said dirt. Wow. Are these all randomly generated names? I think that was part of the thing too. Not really recognizing much here. Okay, so an empty landmass, and then I think actually literally the creek don't exist here. Because we didn't actually get, in this particular generation, we don't have any multi-province natives. We only have one province natives, again, on one continent by itself. It's interesting that they didn't put multi-province natives over here. It feels to me, I mean, this is only 2 passes. Let's do another one. Let's go back. It feels to me like the Americas might be a little bit more empty than before, which might make it a little easier for Western powers to colonize it. On the other hand, it will require a bit more island hopping, which means you can't just sort of get a toehold that easily, move your Western tech group military over to the New World, and use that to raffle stomp all over the natives the same way. You're going to have to get a foothold more than once. All right, let's randomize one more time. See how it goes. This will be the last one we'll do. We'll do one more over here. Be curious to see if the South still ends up being sort of an island chain, or if things get shaken up. I wonder if that was an intentional balance decision, or it just has to do with the amount of space available in the North versus the South, because Australia, like Africa is closer, and Australia does bulge over a little bit over to the right, and so there might just be a little less room to fit in a large continent in, oh, this is interesting. Without the fog of war on, we're seeing some extra little doodads going on. Oh, now we get a completely broken up island chain. It's a little bit more reminiscent to the old map generator that I recall, which to me created a lot more small islands, but not like this. This is actually like a chain of archipelagos over here, which is kind of neat. Oh, we even get some straight crossings over here, actually, because I was wondering about that, but there's no straight crossing there, but there is here. Okay, but they're still separated. We've got sort of a Greenland. But Greenland is part of the randomization as well, right? I mean, obviously Iceland is there, but yeah, that's not the normal one. Okay. Oh, wow. That is dense. Technically, these are all 2 province. As far as I can tell, they're all 2 province natives. Oh, that's a wasteland. Oh, nice little river flowing down from this mountain. All right. And then these are 1 provinces over here. The 1 province guys have a lot more room to work with, although there are more of them as well. And we've got... There's a lot of land to be had here. You know what? I'm really digging this. When we play our colonial game of EU4, I'm really going to find these various structures really interesting. It does look like you're a lot less likely to run into giant native empires that might contest you, which honestly was rarely a problem. When it was AI natives, that was rarely an issue in any way whatsoever. The more interesting question mark is... If you want to play as a Native American and you randomized New World, what would that be like? I guess it would depend entirely on what kind of New World you got. The first run, we got one pretty big continent together. We got 3 individual biggish continents, but they felt, relatively continenty. The second run, we got, I don't remember anymore. The third run, lots of tiny broken up islands. But I say that, right? It looks small and broken up, but you zoom in. There's actually a lot of provinces on each one of these. Each one of these is substantial. This is like Iberian Peninsula level of provinces. Maybe even more. Actually, that's an interesting question. Because they're relatively large here. Yeah, no, this thing here, this continent here, is a lot of provinces. Wow. I bet you this one here, all told, this plus this, which is connected via straits, I bet you has more than Great Britain. Or approximately the same as Great Britain. Great Britain was a little more squished. But not even that much. No, these are proper continents. Not big continents, but they are proper continents. Here's something I'm curious about. Yes, let's English good. Let's pick a nation. Go into the game. We'll lift the fog of war. I can't remember how to lift the fog of war. EU4 console fog of war console command because it's an odd one. It's not FW. It's something else. I mean, I can go into observer mode. Oh, it's FOW. There we go. Or TI. That's what I'm looking for. It's not fog of war. It's TI for Terra Incognita. So we want to lift the Terra Incognita so we can see things over here. And then I want to go into geographical map mode and area map mode and see what the area like in the continents are like. So this is the province of Krakisa, in the area of Darija, in the region of Garara, in the subcontinent New World, continent New World. So are they all just New World, New World. It would have been nice if they'd named these subcontinents, because clearly there are some going on. But still, the areas and the regions have nicknames. So then when you come over here, you know, you'll get English Coron Vital, or if you expand to more of these bits, you'll get English Cuscopiat, which is pretty good. And then as you... Actually, that'll probably always be the case, because there's not enough of a contiguous block, I suspect. Well, maybe up here. That at some point... So this is Garara. Is this all Garara? This entire island is Garara, so it'd always be British Garara. And so if you had more of these regions, so these basically these subcontinents, or what I would consider a continent here is considered a region in this particular build. If you had everything sticking together and you had territory across multiple regions, then it would say something like British New World. But, yeah, all right, I like it. Ooh, a bit of an overlap here between the sea names. That's a shame. This is the Reef of Yarns. Well, this is only in area mode, though, so that's okay. And this is the Piscean Sea. I like it. I like these names. It definitely does not feel like it's just weird because we've got Florida up here right next to, I don't know, Cusco or something like that anymore. By having these fantasy names, I think it makes it a lot better. The shapes are actually going to be, I think, pretty good for gameplay. I think the explorers are going to have an easier time because there's a lot of empty territory. On the other hand, right, one of the advantages to playing with actual natives around is that once you do get a bit of a foothold, then you just go and conquer huge blocks of native territory. You don't have to just colonize one province at a time. So you're not going to get as much opposition from organized nations, but you're also not going to be able to just conquer a bunch of colonized territory that belong to the nations instead. And actually, with this much open territory, I suspect there's going to be a lot more combat for colonial nations to take control of things over here. Here's another question. What are the trade routes looking like? So they're obviously randomized as well. And on this map, obviously you're going to want to take control of New Greenland over here, because this is one of the nodes. Well, actually, I guess it doesn't matter. As long as the trade is leaving, you don't literally need control over this. It's all going to go with the English Channel. What you care about more, and this is all going to flow out. Oh, or does it? No, some flows backwards out of here. So you would want to grab control over here to make sure that you always send it over to Balawag over here. And then down far in the south, this actually would be a massively important trade node on here, because you don't want it to be flowing to Bordeaux, nor to Seville. You want it flowing up to Balawag, where then it'll go to the English Channel if you're playing as Great Britain, or England, which is what I've got now. But it also flows backwards. A lot of these will do that to Grana. So Grana, wow, way over here. And it only flows out towards Australia. Now, see, this is going to shake things up. Whoa, wait, what's this? Trade is flowing out of the Philippines towards the New World. This actually might be the single most interesting change about this. Yeah, I mean, some of the trade routes are a little spaghetti-y, and they're kind of long. I love the idea that some of the trade from here is flowing to the Orient, and some of the Oriental trade is flowing to the New World in ways that are very significantly different from a conventional game. All of a sudden, there's a lot more possibilities for crazy trade wars, because some of these nodes are going to be so much more critical to fight over than before. And you don't really care about the trade here, although having a lot of trade power here will cause trade power to flow upstream, which will apparently help you. I like this New World generation, and when we do play our colonial game, I'll definitely be running that. We'll see how it goes. Thanks for watching, folks. Bye-bye.